Good morning, good evening and good afternoon YouTube. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Croatian coast. What we're doing today is I'm gonna try and visit 6 different castles and fortifications. We're exploring a little bit of Croatia's past. I have more than 100 kilometers to drive altogether, so we're gonna be jumping, hopping I guess, from fort to fort, from fortress to fortress, and you know what I mean. So without any delay, let's jump into the car and drive to the first one. Our first stop is called Grižane Castle. It is basically a remnant of a castle. I think there's one tower still standing, but yeah, it was also known as Unlucky Castle because once it was built in the, I think 12th century, only a few years later there was an earthquake which damaged it significantly, and after that it was basically gifted by its ruler to a monastery nearby. So it basically never served its purpose because it didn't last long. But I guess we're gonna find out. I guess we're walking. I didn't want to take my car on that rocky and very uphill road and didn't want to risk a puncture or something. So yeah, it's hiking time. I don't think it's far away, so we'll see. But yeah, I already think I should have brought a backup t-shirt because I will be sweaty at the end of this day. But let's see those ruins now. Not taking my car onto this road, good decision. This is definitely not suitable for a small city car like mine is. Oh fuck me, there's a there's a crossroad here and I have absolutely no idea where to go. Oh, there's a sign. Okay, I am an idiot. You know, one of those tourist stories when, well, in Croatia especially, Czech people usually just go wandering around the nature in their flip-flops. I'm not in flip-flops. And I don't know, they get bitten by a poisonous snake or they fall off a cliff and then they need rescuing. I think this is what they do. Okay, I'm pretty close to my car. I'm only walking for like 5-6 minutes. But why would you, the hell would you do this? Like 5 hours from civilization. I will never get that. If any one of you is adventurous like that, let me know, like, what's the motivation behind that. This is enough for me. I still have like maybe 500 meters according to Google to reach the ruins. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even do this in flip-flops. There are poisonous snakes in Croatia, there's scorpions, there are stuff that will, well, they maybe not kill you if you reach the emergency services in time, but yeah, it can be dangerous. Okay, this is cool. I get it now. I'll film it separately, but look, we have found the secret remnants of a fort, which are not so secret because they're on the tourist maps. So we'll call them secret because I feel like Harold Balder now. If you don't know that channel, best travel vlogger in the world in my opinion. Oh shit, this is not a path. I thought I could go in there. Maybe I could. Well, fuck it, let's try it. Oh, I think I can. I think I can go into the fort. Just a second. We're in! Probably not the safest thing to do. Oh, but look at the view. Oh, fuck me. I'll show you, but look. I'm actually inside of it. Huh. Oh yeah, the views are nice. Oh, that's too bright for this camera setup now. As I already mentioned, this place didn't last long, at least not in the purpose that it was built for, because as I mentioned, earthquake and then being gifted to a monastery, I'm guessing priests or something like that. Yeah, it didn't serve the defensive purpose, but it was used through the centuries later, up until I think 18th century by the families, different ones, who were ruling this area at that time. But yeah, I think it was worth coming here and seeing it because it is a cool thing and I was never here. So yeah, 1 out of 6 done, and yeah, let's hike back to the car and on to the next one. We have 12 minutes to the next one. It's called Dili Castle, and that one is in much better condition. From the photos I saw, it looks pretty much preserved. It once had a moat and a drawbridge that was used to enter it, but yeah, it's a proper like a squared castle with around fort on two sides, I think. It should look like a proper medieval castle, but don't trust my word on it. We'll be there in 12 minutes according to my maps, even though my maps also say the speed limit here is 90 and it's impossible to drive more than 20, so it could be a little bit more, but yeah, I'll see you there. Okay, that's definitely a castle, and yeah, looks like they're using it for some kind of shows or concerts or festivals or whatever. I don't know, is it a concert or yeah, maybe theater even, not sure. Looks pretty awesome. Look, that's the stage there. Kind of cool that they're using it this way. The shots from the air looks absolutely fantastic too. I already filmed that, so hopefully you already saw that, but yeah, I think this is cool. This one was actually closed. They're preparing for some kind of concert or something tonight. Oh, hell yes. We'll go inside after I finish telling you what happened. Yeah, it's locked. The guys here are basically refilling the fridges and everything for the event. But yeah, I asked, can I just smuggle in a little bit just to take a look, and they said yes. So yeah, cheers to those guys, because not everybody would do that. This is turning out to be a worthwhile trip. I mean, I was always sucker for forts and fortifications and castles in general, but this is just, look at the mountain behind me there. I don't know how big it will look on the camera, but yeah, it's kind of impressive. So on to the next one, but before we go to the next one, I really need to buy some water. I don't know, a shop, a petrol station, a bar, if we see whatever we see first, because yeah, it's around 1 p.m. now. It's 34 degrees here, and I'm walking around hiking through the forests and finding fucking forts. Next one on our list is Old Town Hreljin. Now, if I understood this correctly, it's a whole small city slash fortification in one. It's not like castle looking, but apparently it was built in 13th century, and it was very important defensive and administrative point for the harbor that is located about 300 meters under it. Because again, if I understood this correctly, this whole well, it's not big, but that's Old Town, is located on a cliff looking above the harbor, which was once, I'm guessing, important in Roman times, or yeah, Roman times. I think I read that Romans built that. Well, folks, we have a first hiccup because I can't find this thing. The map is showing me a road that doesn't exist, so I went around and I thought maybe if I go on the top of the hill, I'll find it. This from the center of the town, but it's not there either. So now we are going to the cemetery, because that's the closest thing I can see on the maps that has a road to it. And then maybe there's a pathway to walk to the Old Town ruins from the cemetery, because it doesn't look to be too far from it. So we'll see. We are in explorer mode now, but yeah, it is what it is. There is only one way to say this, folks. I am a genius. Look at this cemetery, as I said, and right next to me a sign pointing to Old Town Hreljin. Hiking again. You know, this is one of those situations when it's too easy to be good for me, because all I'm doing now is going downhill, which of course means I will have to go back uphill. I don't know which one I prefer, but kind of think it's easier if you're going back downhill, because you're done with all the hard work and you filmed what you had to film, you saw what you wanted to see. But yeah, this way, I'm not sure I'm gonna like this. Oh folks, this was worth it. You know when you're walking for a long time and then out of nothing, you just notice something like this. It's like you found a hidden kingdom, which it isn't, because it's on all the tourist maps. It's just wrong, because as I said, I couldn't find it, and it's bigger than I expected. There's like plenty of ruins here from, well, I'm guessing people used to live here. I did read this, it was like a small city slash fortification, not a castle, which castles are usually smaller in Croatia. They're not really huge. But yeah, this is pretty nice. I won't say decorated, but yeah, it's clean. There's some kind of signs like this benches to rest. The view is amazing from here, I'm gonna show you that too, but all of these ruins are just what's interesting to me. Look at all of that. Realization struck me. I have come unprepared. I know too little about a place this big. Yeah, I'm still walking around and still didn't see everything. Remember when I said coming back will be a shit show? I get it now. If you climb back up, you're at the cemetery, and it makes sense because they don't have to move you far after you drop dead. Okay. Car, snack, water, and on to the next one. Fuck me. Our next place is a castle in its full sense. I told you this old town overlooks the harbor. That harbor's name is Kraljevica, and the castle guarding the Bay of Bakar, which is just under here, is in that town. So it's overlooking a peninsula, it's on a small hill also, but it is also important because it is supposed to be extremely very well decorated because of Katarina Zrinski. You won't know who that is. I don't know much, to be honest, but she is very, let's say, famous personality from Croatian history. If we can go in, I will. I'll probably have to pay, but well, fuck it, I guess. I'm not sure will I be able to film inside of the castle. Well, I still don't know can I even go inside, but I guess we'll see when we come there. So yeah, see you there. Okay, this is already not what I expected. First of all, it's in town. It's the first town we actually saw today. Well, you won't see much, but yeah, it's in the middle of the city called Kraljevica. It's a pretty well maintained castle. The doors are open. So yeah, let's check out. Can we get in? Is it free? Is it not free? How much it costs? What's inside? So many questions to be answered. So you walk into a medieval castle, and what's the first thing you see? A restaurant. And there's a restaurant, there's beer. So we will have a beer there after we finish all of this. Anywho, it looks pretty cool. The coolest thing I noticed inside is, if you notice when I went on the first floor, there's a lot of doors on the side. Every single one of those doors belongs to a different association from city of Kraljevica. There's chess club, there's scouts, there's youth association, association of retired people. You get where I'm going. There's a ping pong club office there, things like that. I think that's fantastic that they put those kind of stuff into a building like this, because I've never seen that anywhere else. In my city, it's a problem to get a small office for your association, or I think association is the word, or a small sports club or something like that. So the fact that they gave them offices in a fucking medieval castle is awesome. I love that. Look at the view from here too. It's right on the coast, as I said, overlooking the Bay of Bakar, which I honestly don't know where it goes or starts or anything. The thing is, you just don't know how much you need a beer until you have one. And welcome to fortified city of Bakar. Now, if you didn't notice by now, all of these fortresses are basically making one big defensive line. They were all built by the same family or dynasty, if you want. They were called Frankopans, and they built all of that over the time they were ruling these areas. As I mentioned, when we visited the Hrenin old town, Hrenin was protecting Kraljevica castle, which was under it, and when we were at that castle, I mentioned that castle was protecting Bakar Bay, and we are in Bakar now, which is of course protecting all the settlements north from it. One other thing I didn't mention, if you would find yourself in Bakar, in 18th century, you would be in most populated city in Croatia. It's actually mentioned several times in code of law of region as an example of a fortified city with towers. That's exactly what it says there. Folks, if you like our videos, we make 1 to 2 per week depending on how much time we have. Please consider subscribing to our Patreon. As a Patreon, you get videos before everyone else on YouTube. You get exclusive videos which are not published on YouTube. You get bloopers. You get access to our group chat where we talk to people on a daily basis. You get live streams with us where you can literally talk to us. All of that good stuff. So if you really like this, please consider that. And before we continue with our journey, I would just like to say that this handsome 20-year-old did some things today that I did not think it will. There was some very steep roads which were not, it's very optimistic calling them roads considering the state of them, and well, not really the state, they're not roads, they were just rocky pathways, clearly not meant for a car like this. But yeah, it did it all today, so I'm sorry if I ever doubted it. 6 hours, almost 7 actually, yeah. It will be 7 hours and 5 minutes of filming and exploring, driving. We drove just over 130 kilometers to see all of those fortresses. So please do tell me what you think about this. Few things I want to say. There's a reason I didn't make a top 5 destinations in Croatia video or downsides of living in Croatia video, anything like that. I made this video because I wanted to make this video. The reason is the views are what they are, especially in Croatia. They always plummet when we come here. I don't know, is it just Croatian content or is it just our subscribers just used to Ireland, let's say. But yeah, I figured if the views will be low, I might as well be making videos I want to make, so that is what this is. So if you like this, press the like button. If you didn't, press the dislike one. Tell me you didn't like it, tell me what you did like. If you really loved it, subscribe. Check our Patreon. Patreons get a video, bonus videos. They get videos before they are published on YouTube. If there's no video on YouTube like there wasn't last week, they still got a video. So yeah, consider it if you really like our content. This is just the beginning, English language, of the trip through Croatian coast. I am moving to the next spot this weekend actually, and after that Lorene's coming, and then we are actually starting to explore the southern coast of Croatia, including some islands. So yeah, if you liked it, stick with us.